Thank you so very much for coming back to What Did AI Say? Episode number 29. Let's go ahead and jump right into today's question. It is going to be, what is the difference between love and infatuation according to AI? Let's begin with Chatgpt. Great question. Love and infatuation can feel very similar at first, but they're quite different in depth and foundation. Here's a breakdown. Infatuation, surface level, often based on physical attraction, charm, or an idealized image of the person. Intensity, feels very strong and consuming but can fade quickly. Focus, more about how the other person makes you feel. Excitement, desire, fantasy. Time frame usually happens fast, sometimes after only a short time of knowing someone. And the last one, reality. Often ignores flaws. People in infatuation tend to overlook red flags. Okay. Quickly processing all of that. It definitely sounds good. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to love. Remember, we're looking at what ChatGPT had to say. Okay, love, depth, goes beyond attraction, rooted in emotional connection, respect, and understanding. Sustainability, grows over time and can endure challenges. Focus, more about caring for the other person's well-being, not just your own happiness. Balance, involves compromise, trust, and a desire to build a future together. Reality, sees the person's strengths and flaws and still chooses them. Okay, that's good. A simple way to put it. Let's see what ChatGPT calls simple. Infatuation is like a spark. It burns bright but can fade quickly. Love is like a steady flame. It takes time to build, but it lasts and provides warmth. Okay, that was good. I thought that was really good. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Deepseek. A reminder of the question, what is the difference between love and infatuation? Let's go ahead and get going. Of course, this is a profound and important question. The difference between love and infatuation lies in their depth, duration, and foundation. Here's a breakdown of the key differences. Infatuation versus love. Foundation. Infatuation is based on fantasy, idealization, and intense physical attraction. Love is based on reality, deep knowledge, and genuine acceptance of the whole person. Let's move on to time. Infatuation, sudden and intense, fades quickly, weeks or months. Love develops slowly and deepens over time, enduring. Focus, infatuation is self-centered. What do I get out of this? How do I feel? Love, other-centered. What's best for them? How do they feel? Attachment, infatuation is anxious, possessive, and insecure. They have a fear of loss, or it causes a fear of loss. Love, secure, trusting, and calm, a sense of safety and peace. Moving on to depth, infatuation is superficial. You love the idea of the person. Okay? Love is profound. You love the real person, flaws and all. Actions, infatuation, grand, romantic gestures to win them over. Love, consistent, small acts of kindness, support, and sacrifice. Under stress, infatuation crumbles easily. Conflicts feel threatening and often lead to breakups. Love, on the other hand, grows stronger. Conflicts are resolved through communication and are seen as opportunities to understand each other better. Okay, that sounded good. Okay, let's take a deeper dive with Deepseek into infatuation. Infatuation is often the first intense spark. It's a powerful cocktail of chemical reactions in your brain: dopamine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, that creates a state of euphoria and obsession. I think I pronounced that properly. It's a fantasy. You project your ideas onto the other person, often ignoring their flaws or red flags. You're in love with the potential of who they could be or who you imagine them to be. Let's repeat that. So this is Deepseek's deep dive into infatuation. You project your ideas onto the other person, often ignoring their flaws or red flags or red flags. You're in love with the potential of who they could be or who you imagine them to be. That's a mouthful right there. Okay, infatuation is addictive. The uncertainty and the chase can be thrilling. You crave their attention and their validation. Infatuation is fragile because it's based on an idealized image. The smallest disappointment can shatter the feeling. The question it asks, are they the one for me? Do they make me happy? In short, infatuation is like a sugar rush. Intense, exciting, but short-lived and ultimately unsatisfying on its own. That's a good metaphor. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Deepseek's deeper dive into love. Here we go. Love is a conscious choice and a committed action that grows from infatuation. It's built on a foundation of friendship, respect, and shared values. Okay, let's look at that for just a quick second. Let's repeat that. Love is a conscious choice and a committed action that grows from infatuation. So, infatuation is the beginning of just infatuation, but it can also grow into love. Okay? It's built on a foundation of friendship, respect, and shared values. The brain chemicals here are different, involving oxytocin and vasopressin, which promote bonding, attachment, and a sense of security. Okay, love is based on reality. You see the person clearly, their strengths, their weaknesses, their quirks, and you choose to love and accept all of it. Okay, it's an action. Love is a verb. It's shown through daily acts of support, kindness, and sacrifice. It's about showing up for someone even when you don't feel that initial spark. That's good. It's about showing up for someone even when you don't feel that initial spark. Okay. Love, it's secure. There's a deep sense of trust and safety. You feel comfortable being your authentic self, and you give the other person the space to do the same. That is completely correct. The question it asks, how can I make them happy? How can I support their growth and well-being? Don't like the question, how can I make them happy? I believe personally, and I think that everybody has their own opinion, but a person who has not initially found happiness within themselves cannot be made to feel happy by someone else outside of themselves. And I've come into that opinion because I've seen it. I've seen happy people partner with unhappy people who they live almost a lifetime trying to make them happy, and it's never successful because they don't have happiness for themselves within themselves. And no one can make someone else happy who doesn't want to be happy. That's just how I feel because of my experiences and what I've seen. Maybe you've seen something different. If so, please share that in the comments so that we can revisit this episode number 29 and maybe add some more information to it. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. In short, love is like a nourishing meal. It takes time to prepare, it's deeply satisfying, and provides the sustenance needed for long term health and happiness. That's another good metaphor. Okay, the gray area, how they connect. It's crucial to understand that infatuation is not bad and love is not always a clear separate event. Okay? I think we came to that a little bit earlier. Infatuation is often the initial stage of a romantic relationship, the powerful attraction that draws two people together. For a lucky few, that infatuation can successfully mature into a deep, abiding love over time. The problem arises when people mistake the intense high of infatuation for the deep connection of love and make life altering decisions based solely on that feeling. I can see that. Okay, Deepseek wants to share its final thought. The simplest way to tell the difference is with time and challenges. Infatuation cannot withstand the test of time and difficulty. Love not only withstands it, but is fortified by it. That was good. Deepseek, wow, they really bring it. I like that. Okay, so how does any of what we just read how does it affect our daily lives? Well, I mean, in this day and age, we have a lot of people out here partnering or attempting to partner with other people. And once infatuation doesn't progress into love, it becomes a situationship. And so it's this story that someone told me one time where if you leave a broken down car in your driveway hoping for a new car, that new car can't come because that broken down car is taking up space. So basically, when you're in a situationship with someone who you were infatuated with, but that infatuation didn't morph or transform into love, you're allowing someone to take up space in your life, and that someone may be blocking the actual person that you're supposed to be with. So we have to be very careful. Like both Deepseek and Chatgpt, Deepseek said Chatgpt may have alluded to, infatuation is the beginning of love, but it can also just be infatuation if that love transformation doesn't come. So, keep that in mind when you're out partnering. And also, I would suggest knowing yourself first, making sure that you're healed from your trauma so that you're not traumatizing someone else because you didn't take that time to get yourself straight. And also, don't lead with your representative. Be open and honest, because a lot of times what I have witnessed myself is that when people are open and honest, sometimes the person they're being open and honest with is on their level and is good with whatever they're trying to do. But you don't know that if you're leading with your representative and not being honest about who you are and what you're looking for and what you want. So that would just be something that I would tell people to save them some time. Okay, let's go ahead and move right along to our positive saying for today. This one comes from George R. Martin, who is an American novelist and a screenwriter. Okay, in this saying, he says, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." Let's repeat that. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. There you have it. Thank you so very much for about 15 minutes of your time. I truly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe so I can continue to bring you these great questions. that our AI librarian helps us with.
Peace.